Hello, Rob.
How's it? How are you?
How are you, Rob?
Baruch Hashem, and you? How are you all?
Baruch Hashem.
Is everyone good?
Yep.
Good. Is everyone ready? I'm sorry I sent the message so late. Really terribly sorry. I was so hectic today. I have a lot of things to do. So it just slipped my mind in the last minute, because I usually take it for granted that we're having show. But Baruch Hashem, sorry, now you can see me. Baruch Hashem that you all there. I'm so happy to see you all. It's so nice to know that you're all there.
Hello, Rav.
Baruch Hashem. Who's there with us?
Les.
Oh,
I wouldn't miss this. Wouldn't miss this for the world.
We wouldn't miss you. We can't miss you. Dr. Les, give us the news about Israel. What's happening?
Okay, I'll just be very brief because it's your talk. But if you would believe that tonight I was with a Holocaust survivor from Auschwitz meeting somebody who was a Polish priest who didn't realize that he was actually born Jewish and he's come back to Yiddishkeit. Yaakov Wexler. It's unbelievable.
Yaakov Wexler. Wow.
Yaakov Wexler, he was very close with John Paul. They studied together in Lublin with the Pope. And today he lives in Yerushalayim and he came back to Yiddishkeit.
Baruch Hashem.
It's the most amazing story. So Israel's full of miracles, incredible miracles. Israel
only lived on miracle. Yeah. Otherwise, Israel wouldn't be Israel.
It's unbelievable. It's such a good to meet these people. It's just...
Oh, Baruch Hashem. Okay. Everyone with us. Okay, so I'm going to mute everyone. And then, obviously, Mark, will you unmute yourself? So, בעזרת השם נעשה ונצליח, והשם עלינו ברחמיו ירוויח. השיעור יהיה לעילוי נשמת אסתר קדן בת קציה, הרב אברהם חיים בן יעקב אליעזר, מרדכי בן רחמה, who else? No, that's it. Esther bat Moshe Levy. Yes, I remember. Velerfuat, now in health of Liora bat Miriam, Menashe Naji ben Farha, Liron ben Sarit, Yitzhak ben Tova, Golda Itel bat Shulamit Leah, Dvora bat Esther, והרב אברהם בן מרימה. Please God, רפואה שלמה לכל שאר חולה ופצועי עמו ישראל, פרשת תולדות. So, in the last few weeks, we're starting something new that I used to do in 2013 when I used to give the shiurim. We done introduction to the parsha, and that's what we're going to do today. In the year 2108, for the creation, Yaakov Avinu and Esav, the wicked Esav, his brother, born to their father Yitzhak Avinu and their mother Rivka. We explained that last week. Yitzhak Avinu was in the age of 60. According to one opinion, according to Rashi, Rivka Imenu was in the age of 23. According to the Agra and Baalei Tosfot, a matter of fact, Rivka was in the age of 34. Okay. We explained Yaakov Avinu born circumcised, and he was a beautiful looking man, exactly like Adam HaRishon, like the creation of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Esav HaRasha, Ado, he born with hair on his head, he had beard, imagine a baby with beard, with teeth, complete. In the year 2123 for the creation, Avraham Avinu passed away in the age of 175 from a sickness, intestine difficulties, problem. Yitzhak Avinu in that age was in the age of 75. Okay, Yaakov Avinu and Esav was in the age of 15, and that day that Avraham Avinu passed away, Esav HaRasha, Hazal tell us in the Gemara in Masechet Baba Batra, page 16, folio 1. Listen to that. Esav HaRasha make 5 averot. The worst averot that can be. Number one, shpichut damim, murder. Who did he kill? He killed Nimrod HaRasha. Okay? The second thing that he done idol worshipping. The third thing that he done immorality. He have a physical relationship with a married woman. The fourth thing that he done wrong, the avera that he done, kafar ba'ikar. He didn't believe in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and he didn't believe in resurrection of the dead. The fifth thing that he done, gezer, he stole. Okay, in the same day, Esav sold his birthright to Yaakov Avinu for what? For a pot of lentil. In the year 2148 for the creation, listen to that, Esav HaRasha married his wife Yehudit Bat Be'eri, that's Alibama. Why Dafka we mentioning it? Why is it so important? Listen to that. Esav married Yehudit in the age of 40. Who married in the age of 40? His father. He tried to show like he's a tzaddik like his father. Hazal explained that the pig, when he sits, the pig sit with his feet on the front, like he have a split hooves. That's what Esav tried to show. Hazal also continue that the main reason that his father become blind, one of the reasons that Yitzhak Avinu become blind, because his wife, the wife of Esav, used to bring the ketoret. Ketoret is the spices, but they used to light the incense to Avodah Zarah, and that smoke penetrated to the eyes of Yitzhak and caused them to be blind. In the year 2171 for the creation, Rachel Imenu and Leah Imenu born to their father Lavan and to their mother. Anyone know the mother's name? I'll mention the mother of Rachel and Leah. Her name was Adina. Okay, and that was on the 14th of Nisan. For future will be Erev Pesach. That's when we sacrifice the Korban Pesach. That's introduction to the Parsha. And now, Be'ezrat Hashem, na'aseh v'natzliach, v'Hashem alenu berachamav yarviach. Parashat Toldot. Ve'ele Toldot Yitzhak ben Avraham. Avraham הוליד את יצחק. Mark, unmute yourself.
There you go. And these are the offspring of Yitzchak, the son of Abraham. Abraham begot Yitzchak.
Okay. Hazal asked many questions. Hazal asked, if you look at that verse, look at it carefully. What does it say? Ele Toldot Yitzhak. Those are the offspring of Yitzhak. Who was the offspring of Yitzhak? Okay. We have to understand, we'll see it just now. But it tells us, Abraham, Yitzhak was the son of Abraham. Then it tells us, Abraham given birth to Yitzhak. So there's many questions here. Question number one that we have to understand. Why Yitzhak mentioned twice in this verse? And why Avraham Avinu, the name of Avraham Avinu mentioned twice in this verse? And the second question that we can ask, look what it said. Ele Toldot Yitzhak ben Avraham. If you told me that already Yitzhak was the son of Avraham, why do you have to repeat that Avraham given a birth to Yitzhak Avinu? So we have two questions. Question number one, why is it mentioned the name of Avraham twice and the name of Yitzhak twice on the same verse? Number two, if you tell me that Yitzhak was the son of Abraham, why do you have to repeat and tell me that Abraham given a birth to Yitzhak Avinu? That's the question of many of the Mefarshim. So Be'ezrat Hashem, we'll try to answer one at a time. So let's start with the first question that we ask. How come that it's mentioned twice the name of Avraham Avinu and the name of Yitzhak Avinu? So the Mefarshim explain that here, by that it's mentioned twice, the name of Avraham Avinu come to teach us something extraordinary. That Yitzhak Avinu was so ecstatic. He was praising his father all the time, that he was so happy that he had such a righteous father. That Avraham Avinu, that his father. He have the fear of heaven. HaKadosh Baruch Hu called Avraham Avinu Haver Tov, like we explained last week. Why is Hebron called Hebron? Al shum she'aya lo Haver Tov LaKadosh Baruch Hu. That means HaKadosh Baruch Hu have a good friend. HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself say, I have a good friend. Who is that? Avraham Avinu. So Yitzhak Avinu was so proud, and he was praising all the time that he has such a great father like Avraham Avinu. And why is it mentioned Yitzhak Avinu twice? Because Avraham Avinu was so proud, and he used to praise his son Yitzhak, that he have the fear of heaven, that he's a great scholar, that when it's come to give his life to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he didn't even doubt for 1 second. Yitzhak Avinu himself wanted to give his soul for the sake of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The Mefarshim explain, from here you learn why is the Torah come and tell us twice the word Avraham and twice the word Yitzhak on the same verse. That's question number 1 we answer. Question number 2, why does it say that Yitzhak ben Avraham giving a birth to Yitzhak? Rashi HaKadosh say, listen what Rashi say. Rashi explained because was certain people that used to mock Avraham Avinu, used to make a joke. They didn't believe on it. No. They didn't believe on it. But they used to antagonize, there's certain people that love to make mockery of everything. And they used to say, for so many years, Avraham and Sarah was married, and they never have kids. So obviously that the main reason that suddenly Yitzhak Avinu born is Chas v'Shalom from Avimelech. But what's hiding behind it? Why does the Torah tell us that? So number 1, on Pshat of the Dvarim, the Torah come to tell us that Avraham Avinu, okay, he was the father of Yitzhak, okay? Not only that Yitzhak was the son of Avraham. How do you prove it? Here I'm going to bring the Zohar HaKadosh. The Zohar HaKadosh in Parashat Toldot, in page 135, folio 1, says something extraordinary. The Zohar HaKadosh said there that even after Avraham Avinu passed away, people that used to look at Yitzhak Avinu used to think that Yitzhak is Avraham Avinu. That means that Yitzhak Avinu used to look identically like Avraham Avinu. They used to look exactly the same. And that's what the Torah come to tell us, said the Zohar Kadosh. Yes, it was people that used to mockery everyone. But came the Torah and tell us that Avraham Avinu giving a birth to Yitzhak, and Yitzhak was his son of Avraham Avinu. Why? How did people suddenly knew all of that? To contradict all of those people that used to cause mockery. Why? Because Hazal explained that here we saw something extraordinary. What was hiding behind it? Was hiding behind it something extraordinary. That when everyone used to see Yitzhak Avinu, used to think that that's Avraham Avinu. Although that Avraham Avinu passed away and gone up to heaven already, everyone was thinking that Yitzhak Avinu is Avraham Avinu. And that's what the Torah come to tell us. And the Zohar said, that's why it's saying in the Torah, Ele Toldot, Yitzhak ben Avraham, that Yitzhak was the son of Avraham, to contradict everyone, and to prove it to them that Avraham given a birth to Yitzhak, that Yitzhak look exactly, identically like his father. Now we can understand why is the Torah repeating and telling us that they look identical. Let's move on to verse 21. in verse 21, we see something very interesting. It says, ויעתר יצחק לאדוני לנוכח אשתו כי עקרה היא, ויעתר לו אדוני ותר רבקה אשתו.
Yitzhak entreated Hashem opposite his wife because she was barren. Hashem allowed himself to be entreated by him, and his wife Rivka conceived.
Okay. We see here something extraordinary, that Yitzhak Avinu pledged to HaKadosh Baruch Hu because his wife Rivka was barren. He davened to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and pledged that she should have kids. I saw a commentary in a Mishnah in Masechet Yevamot. The Mishnah in Masechet Yevamot in chapter 6, verse 6, Mishnah 6. Chapter 6, Mishnah 6. Hazal there tell us something extraordinary. Tell us that if a person married for 10 years and his wife cannot have kids, okay, he can divorce her and he can marry another woman to bring kids to the world, because the mitzvah of Purvu, to have children, is on a man, not on a woman. Okay. So what's the Hidush here? I saw the Mefarshim explain like this. The Mefarshim explained the Hidush here that Yitzhak and Rivka didn't have kids for 20 years. After 20 years, the Torah tells us that Yitzhak davening to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, pledging to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that his wife Rivka will fall pregnant and she'll have kids. So obviously he davened before, but what's the Hidush here? Say the Mefarshim like this. The Mefarshim said that Yitzhak davened to HaKadosh Baruch Hu that he doesn't want another wife. He wants Rivka to be the mother of his kids. Hazal say from the other way, Rivka davened to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and pledged to HaKadosh Baruch Hu that the father of her kids will be from who? From Yitzhak Avinu. And Hazal tell us something extraordinary. Hazal say that what's happening here? HaKadosh Baruch Hu on purpose delayed that. Hazal and the Gemara explain that why did HaKadosh Baruch Hu delayed the birth of, first of all, of Yitzhak Avinu on Abraham and Sarah, and now he delayed the birth of Esav and Yaakov. Hazal explain like this. Number one, that because HaKadosh Baruch Hu mit'avel et tfilatam shel tzadikim, that means HaKadosh Baruch Hu desire and wait for the davening of a tzaddik. That's on pshat of the dvarim. Hazal explains something else. Hazal say, but in this verse you learn something else. Vayater lo Hashem. HaKadosh Baruch Hu actually accept the pledge of Yitzhak Avinu. Why? And not the pledge of Rivka. Why? Why? Hazal explained that it's come to teach us when a tzaddik and he have a son, and a son of a tzaddik daven, it's a higher level. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu listened to the davening of a son of a tzaddik, then a tzaddik, that a son of a Rasha. Yitzhak was a tzaddik. His father was Avraham Avinu. He was a tzaddik, a son of a tzaddik. Rivka Imenu, that was tzaddiket, but her father Betuel and her brother was wicked. HaKadosh Baruch Hu listened to the davening of and the pledge of Yitzhak, and not to the pledge of Rivka. That's on one opinion. I'm going to bring another opinion of Rabbi Levy Yitzhak Mibardichov. Rabbi Levy Yitzhak Mibardichov, born 280 years ago in the Ukraine, and he have a book that's called Kedushat Levi. Rabbi Levy Yitzhak Mibardichov was the Sanegoram Shel Israel. What it means? He was the defender of the Jewish people, Hazal called them. That even if he used to see a Jewish people doing Avera, he always find a good word to say about him, how to defend them. And in his book, he said that Yitzhak Avinu was so humble, okay, that that he davened to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and he said, I'm not deserved to daven to you that I will have kids, but I'm davening to you in the merit of my wife. That means HaKadosh Baruch Hu listened to Yitzhak Avinu saying, listen, I don't deserve a child, but in the merit of my wife, please give me a child. Do you understand that? That's the greatest of Yitzhak Avinu. And that's what he said, Vaye'ater lo tahat ishto. That means lenochach ishto, sohach. Vaye'ater Yitzhak la'Adonai. That means Yitzhak Avinu davened to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Why? Why did he daven? Because in the merit of his wife. He said, me, I'm nothing. But look at my wife, she's a tzaddiket. Look how humble Yitzhak Avinu was. And now we can understand what's happening in this verse. Bezrat Hashem, let's move on to verse 22 and verse 23. And look what's saying here. ויתרוצצו הבנים בקרבה, ותאמר, אם כן, למה זה אנוכי, ותלך לדרוש את אדוני. ויאמר אדוני לה, שני גויים בבטנך, ושני לאומים ממעייך ייפרדו. ולאום מלאום יאמץ, ורב יעבוד צעיר.
The children agitated within her, and she said, if so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of Hashem, and Hashem said to her, 2 nations are in your womb.
Okay.
2 regimes from your inside shall be separated. The might shall pass from the one regime to the other, and the elder shall serve the younger.
Okay. Rashi HaKadosh says something extraordinary. Rashi HaKadosh says that when Rivka Imenu, when she was pregnant, when she used to pass the shul, Bet HaMidrash, she felt a kicking in the stomach. Rashi explained that Yaakov Avinu wanted to go. Okay. When she used to pass a house of idol worshipping, she used to feel a kick in the stomach. What Rashi tried to tell us, we have to understand. So the Mefarshim explained something extraordinary here. Look at the question that she asked. She was worried that she had a child that all the time used to kick her whenever she used to pass a house of God. When she used to, Chas v'Shalom, pass a house of idol worshipping, she used to feel again the kick. What was the answer? You have twin in your stomach. What is the question that she asked? What is the answer that she got? We have to understand. So Hazal explained like this. Hazal explained that Rivka Imenu didn't know that she have twin. She was thinking that she have one child, but that child have a double personality. That means one time he can be the righteous man, exactly a great Hasidic, whatever you want to call him, a scholar person. 2 minutes later, he can be also the opposite. He can be an idol worshiper. So when she gone to ask what it was the answer, you have a twin. What it mean a twin? That you have a twin in your womb. That means to tell you that you don't only have one child. Your child, it doesn't have double personality. You have 2 nations in your stomach. Okay. The question comes like this. Wait, we don't understand. Hazal tell us that when she used to pass a shul, Bet Midrash, Yaakov Avinu wanted to go, Rashi say, Hazal. Okay, so Hazal asked the question, wait. When you feel a shul, you want to go out. But the Gemara in Masechet Nida, in page 30, folio 1, tell us that when a child is in the womb of his mother, come an angel and teach him the entire Torah. So why did Yaakov Avinu wanted to leave the womb of his mother? He learning Torah. What do you want to go out? The question number 2 that you can ask, Esav, okay, I understand you wanted to come out when she used to pass the house of idol worshiping. So go out, go, get out of it. Why don't want to leave? 2 questions. We have to answer all of those. So I saw a commentary. By the way, this commentary, if I'm not mistaken, been asked by the book Baal HaShmuah. Who's the book Baal HaShmuah? Baal HaShmuah, it's a book that's been written for all the drashot. That means all the talk that Rabbi Chaim Brisk brought. He didn't wrote it. Those that listened to his talk wrote it, and then they printed that book. It's called Baal HaShmuah. Okay? The Baal HaShmuah, they're referring to Rabbi Chaim Brisk. Okay. So they said that Rabbi Chaim Brisk explained, you know why Yaakov Avinu wanted to leave, okay, when the angel teaching him Torah? Yaakov Avinu said, how can I study Torah? How can I study Torah in the same way when a Rasha is sitting with me and driving me mad? Doesn't let me sit and learn Torah. Now we can understand why Yaakov Avinu wanted to go out. When his mother passed, the shul, Bet Midrash, he wanted to leave. Although that the angel taught him all the Torah, he couldn't have peace and tranquility. Why? Because Esav was there. So the Mefarshim asked, okay, that's fair enough. Explain to me now, then, why Esav, when his mother passed a place that was idol worshipping, why he didn't go out? Why he didn't want to go out? So Chazal explained something extraordinary. Chazal explained, Esav said, if I leave, my brother will have peace and tranquility to learn Torah? No. That I'm not going to allow. I'm going to drive him mad. I'm going to sit with him. I know that I'll suffer hearing Torah as long that I disturb my brother. As long that I disturb my brother from studying Torah. So it's come to tell you that there is here something extraordinary. And it's happened today. We see it. There is people that can't see that there is religious people. Can't see people studying Torah. All the time they try to antagonize. They must join the army. They must go here. They must do that. What difference does it make to you? The Israeli Defense Force have enough soldiers. They don't need those soldiers. No, but they want to steer. They want to cause problem. And that's what Hazal telling us. מה שהיה, יהיה, אין חדש תחת השמש. That means Shlomo HaMelech, King Solomon said, there's nothing new under the sun. Esav HaRasha already teaching us, then what's going to be all the time? Always going to be Rashaim like Esav. Let's move on with your permission to verse 26. In verse 26, here it says, the Torah described to us that Yaakov Avinu holding the heel of Esav. Let's read and we'll try to explain. ואחרי כן יצא אחיו וידו אוחזת בעקב עשיו ויקרא שמו יעקב ויצחק בן 60 שנה בלדת אותם. בכבוד.
After that, his brother emerged with his hand grasping on the heel of Esav. So he called his name Yaakov. Isaac was 60 years old when she bore them.
Okay. Here the Torah tells us that Yaakov Avinu holding the heel of his brother Esav when he came out. Okay. Hazal tell us something extraordinary. First, let's start with what Hazal tell us in a Gemara in Masechet Shabbat in page 104, folio 1. Hazal tell us that the reason that Yaakov hold the heel of Esav, it's come to teach us something extraordinary. Hazal tell us in a Gemara, Sheker, the lie, doesn't have a legs. In the end, inevitably, you'll find when a person lies. Yaakov Avinu come to tell us here something extraordinary. By that he hold the heel of Esav, we know that Esav is Christianity. Christianity is all false. Say here something extraordinary. By that he hold the heel of Esav, he come to tell you that inevitably don't fall and don't lose your hope when you see people like Esav that lying to the world. Because in the end, the Mashiach will come. The Mashiach in the end will come and everyone going to realize that all of it was just one big false. But I saw another commentary that brought by the Ben Ish Hai. The great Ben Ish Hai, Gaon Ben Ish Hai, I always speak about him. The Ben Ish Hai was Rabbi Haim Yosef. He born in the city of Baghdad in Iraq. He born around 186 years ago. And he says something extraordinary, Rabotai, that he bring the Gemara in Masechet Shabbat in page 32, folio 1. And he said like this, Hazal tell us in the Gemara that when a woman given a birth, it's a very, very difficult time and very dangerous time. That means, Hazal tell us there in the Gemara, she'atzmotea mitpokekot. What it means, atzmotea mitpokekot? That her bones ready to be crushed, to be broke. And that's so dangerous that it's dangerous for her and it's dangerous for the baby. That means the baby can lose his life and the mother can lose her life when she given birth. Say the Gaon Ben Ish Hai like this, something extraordinary. And he bring the Gemara that tell us something extraordinary. The Gemara in Masechet Shabbat tell us that Shmuel, whenever he used to need to go on a ship to sail, he never used to sail only if there is Jewish people. He used to sail on a ship only when there is two different nations. And he say, you know why? He says that when you sail on a ship, there is a danger. But if there is two different nations, okay, the Satan cannot criticize. Why? Although that there is two different people, that doesn't allow the Satan to control them. Said the Gaon Ben Ish Hai, listen to that. The Gaon Ben Ish Hai said, Yaakov Avinu knew that Gemara, okay? And he says, if I'm going to allow Esav, that is one nation, and myself is a different nation, if I allow them to go by himself, I'm going to danger my mother, and I'm not going to danger my life. What I'm going to do, I'm going to hold on his heels, and here two nations together, and the Satan cannot criticize against my mother and against me. And that's what it says, Yaakov ohez be'akev Esav. What it means, ohez be'akev Esav? That means Yaakov holding the heel of Esav. Why? Because he was worried that God forbid something going to happen to him or to Rivka Imenu. That's how the Gaon Ben Ish Hai explained. Listen, the greatness of the Gaon Ben Ish Hai. Let's look what else it says in a pasuk. Look what it says. Vayikra shemo Yaakov v'Yitzhak ben 60 shana. And he called them Yaakov. Who called them? No one said, but it's in singular. If you look in verse, where is it? In verse 25, look what it said, Vayikreu shemo Esav, in plural. And when it came to call Esav, it said Vayikreu, in plural. Immediately, all the Mefarshim asked that question, wait, what's happening here? Why, when they given the name to Esav, it's in plural, ויקראו שמו עשיו. But when it's come to Yaakov Avinu, it's in singular. So on a pshat of the dvarim, ויקרא שמו Yaakov, HaKadosh Baruch Hu given him the name Yaakov. Because we know that later on HaKadosh Baruch Hu changed his name to Israel, the higher level. ויקראו שמו עשיו, everyone call him עשיו. That's on a pshat of the dvarim. But there is a deeper meaning here. Chazal explained that Yaakov was one of a kind. Yaakov, we know, ish tam yoshev ohalim. Yaakov is a man that sits, is a scholar person, study Torah, love Torah, study Torah. Esav, ish tzayid, ish sadeh. A hunting man, a man of field. What is it? Chazal explained, it's come to teach us something very important, Rabotai. The Esav knew the Torah. Don't think that Esav didn't know the Torah. Esav knew the Torah as good as Yaakov Avinu. But Esav was ish tzayid. What does mean ish tzayid, hunting man? Used to hunt people with his mouth. Esav can be 1 second. You'll see him, you think that he's the Rebbe, Baba. At night, suddenly he's not a Baba anymore. What he's doing, he become an Ali Baba. What did he become? He take his hat off, he shave his beard, he wear jeans, you can see him in a pub, you can see him in a disco. That was Esav. Esav 1 second can act like the greatest righteous man, the greatest scholar man, but 2 seconds after that, he can change his personality. He can be a different person. He can hunt people with his mouth. And that's why the Torah said, the Mefarshim say, Vayikra Shemo Yaakov. Yaakov was one. You know who he was. Yaakov was only what he was. And you know who you're dealing with. Esav, you can never know where you are with him. 1 minute is a great scholar person, kivyachol, kind of. 2 seconds after that, they become the greatest jola in the world. That's what it says, Vayikra Shemo Yaakov, in singular, everyone knew who he is. Vayikreu Shemo Esav, everyone knew, everyone called him Esav, because everyone knew who was Esav. Double faces, double personality. Let's move on to verse 30. Today I'm focusing a lot on chapter 25, but I'll move to the other chapters. In verse 30, the Torah tells us, Vayomer Esav el Yaakov, hal'iteni na min ha'adom ha'adom hazeh, ki ayef anochi, al ken kara shemo Edom.
Esav said to Yaakov, pour into me now some of that very red stuff, for I'm exhausted. He therefore called his name Edom.
Okay. Rashi HaKadosh say like this, that Esav asked Yaakov Avinu that he will open his mouth and Yaakov Avinu will pour that red. What was that red? Chazal explained that that was lentil. Why lentil? What's happening here? Yaakov Avinu cooked lentil. Why? Because that was the day that Avraham Avinu passed away. And there is a custom that when people passed away, what do you bring food on that day? Lentil. Why dafka lentil? Number one, Chazal explained, because the lentil is round to show you that the world is a circle. A person die, a person born, well, mustn't mourn too much. Another thing, why dafka lentil? If you look, the lentil is sealed, completely sealed. There's no crack on it. Like if you take an apple, you can see where it's growing. For example, you take an orange, you can see, and any other fruit. But when it's come to the lentil, it's completely smooth. Why? It's to teach us when you go into the house of mourning, you shouldn't talk too much. Not to talk in the house of mourning too much. That's Chazal explained about the lentil. Let's go back to our subject. What's happened here? Rashi HaKadosh say that when Esav came, he came where, like we explained, on the same day he make 5 averot. He was tired. He was tired from what? Murdering Nimrod, raping a woman, physical relationship, forbidden relationship, murdering, stealing. Then kofer ba'ikar v'kafar betchiyat hametim. That means that he didn't believe in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and he didn't believe in what? In the resurrection of the dead. What happened here? He said to Yaakov Avinu, I will open my mouth, and you will pour the lentil, the pot of lentil into my mouth. What's hiding here? Hazal tell us in the Gemara in Masechet Shabbat, in 155, folio 2, how do you feed a camel? Hazal say like this. I'm going to read it in Hebrew. I'll translate it to English. En ofsim et hagamal ela mal'itim oto. That means the camel, you don't feed him. What do? You actually pour the food into his mouth. Okay? Hazal say here, we're learning who was Esav. Esav was the animal. Pour the pot into my mouth. The entire pot of lentil, pour it into my mouth. What's the Hidush here? I saw a commentary of Rabbi Yosef Dov Alevi Soloveitchik. He wrote the book Baal Levy. Rabbi Yosef Dov Soloveitchik, born 127 years ago, and he was the Rebbe of the Volozhin Yeshiva. And in his book Baal Bet Levi, he explained like this. You know why Esav asked, listen to that, why Esav asked Yaakov to pour the entire pot into his mouth? He explained like this. That day, we explained that Avraham Avinu passed away. Yaakov Avinu cooked the food, for his father, for Yitzhak Avinu, to give him something to eat. What does he cook? Lentil, because he was mourning. Esav was embarrassed that everyone will see that he's sitting and eating with his father and he behaved like an animal. He didn't want people because he's double faces. Okay? Everyone knew he didn't want that. He was embarrassed enough with what he is. What did he say to Yaakov Avinu? Pour all the food to my mouth and no one will know that I'm eating like an animal. That's Rabbi Yosef Dov Soloveitchik. Look how Hazal thinking and how everything fit together, Baruch Hashem. Let's move to chapter 27. In chapter 27, now I'm skipping quite a bit. In verse 22, Mark, chapter 27, verse 22, remember? Okay, there it says like this. It says something extraordinary. What does it say there? It says like this. ויגש יעקב אל יצחק אביו וימוששהו ויאמר הקול קול יעקב והידיים ידי עשיו.
So Yaakov drew close to Yitzhak his father, who felt him and said, the voice is Yaakov's voice, but the hands are Esav's hands.
On a pshat of the dvarim, when Yaakov came to receive the brocha from Yitzhak Avinu, Yitzhak Avinu actually touched him to feel if that's really his son Esav or that's Yaakov. But Yaakov Avinu was worried. We know that he was worried, and Rivka told him, go, don't worry. If something going to happen, the curse, if your father going to curse you, it's going to be on me. So when Yaakov Avinu stood in the front of Yitzhak and he spoke to him, what does it say? It says, Hakol Kol Yaakov. The voice is sound the voice of Yaakov. That's on Pshat of the Dvarim. Yitzhak realized that the voice is voice of Yaakov. But in 2014, Rabotai, Rabbi Tenza, when he was still alive, he asked me to speak on Shabbat. I can remember that day. And I given, that was 6 years ago, close to 7 years ago now. By now it's 7 years ago. I brought a different commentary on that verse. And I saw a beautiful commentary that Hazal bring. Hazal say, what it mean, Kol Kol Yaakov v'yadayim yedei Esav? I brought a commentary that Esav Rasha knew that Yaakov Avinu might gonna take the brachot. So what did he say? He gone to his father and he said to his father, listen, father, let's make a deal, you and me, because I'm frightened my brother gonna come and take the brachot for me. Number one, you have to check and to feel my hand. Number two, I know that if my brother gonna try to come and take the brachot, he's gonna try to copy my voice. He's gonna try to speak in my voice. So therefore, I'm gonna confuse him. What I'm gonna do, when I'm gonna come and speak to you in the voice of Yaakov, you knew that me is Esav. From Shammai, listen what they done. What Rivka Imenu done? She took the clothes, Bigdei Esav Hamudot. What it mean Bigdei Esav Hamudot? The Midrash explained that that was the clothes that HaKadosh Baruch Hu given Adam HaRishon. Adam HaRishon given it to Noah. Amraphel, that's Nimrod, took it from Noah and he was wearing it. What was so special about those clothes? That whoever wear them, no one can harm that person. He can win. Esav, the Midrash told us, he met with Nimrod and they have an argument. And Esav said to him, yes, I know, you wearing the clothes of Adam HaRishon. I can't win you with those. That's not a fair fight. You want to have a fair fight, put your clothes aside and let's fight, you and me. And that's what happened. Esav, east side befiv. He used to hunt people with his mouth. What has he done? He allowed Nimrod to take the clothes. Esav was much younger. Jump on Nimrod, killed them, took the clothes and gone. Okay. Esav used to hunt people with that. Hazal said that those clothes was such a special clothes that sometimes you can see. If you want people not to see you, you can dress with that and it can image you that people won't see you. Esav killed Nimrod. He didn't give anyone, none of his wife, to look after those clothes. Who? Only his mother he trusts. Because he knew that the wife, you know where he met him. You met him in a club. You didn't meet him in a shidduch. You met him, you know where. So his mother said to Yaakov, listen, my son, wear those clothes. Because your father might gonna check you up. He might gonna fill you up. Hazal say when Yaakov Avinu put the clothes on himself, it fitted him 100%. The same like it fit Adam HaRishon. Listen to that. So now when Yaakov Avinu came to Yitzhak to receive the brachot, from Shamayim happened that Yitzhak Avinu felt Yaakov. He was thinking that the hand is the hand of Esav. But the voice, Yaakov Avinu spoke with his own voice. But from Shamayim made the deal that Esav made with his father. And that's what it say here, the Pasuk. Hakol, Kol Yaakov. The voice is the voice of Yaakov. The hand of Esav. What does it mean here? That Yaakov came, Tamim, simple. His mother told him to do the mitzvah, he came. But he didn't try to change his voice. From Shamayim, they say that when you go with HaKadosh Baruch Hu straight, everything will work out for you. If you don't try to find tricks, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will make it. And from Shamayim happened that Esav make the deal with his father that he gonna change his voice. And what do we learn from here? That from here, here's a proof to us. Hakol Kol Yaakov v'yadayim yedei Esav. That here's the proof that Yaakov was deserved to receive the blessing. And that's what it means in this verse, said the Mefarshim. I saw another commentary of Rabbi Aryeh Lev Harif. Rabbi Aryeh Lev Harif born 253 years ago. He born in Poland. And he says, from here, you learn something extraordinary. You learn, Hakol kol Yaakov vayadayim yedei Esav. The voice is the voice of Israel. The hand of Esav. He said that if Jewish people will never help the Gentile to go against the Jewish people, the Gentile can Hamas. When is the Gentile can Hamas? When there is people tittle-telling, Jewish people helping the enemy of the Jewish people and tittle-telling. And that was happening in Bet HaMikdash HaRishon. Bet HaMikdash HaSheni, Kamtza bar Kamtza. Lama harva Yerushalayim. Why did Jerusalem got destroyed? Mishum Kamtza bar Kamtza. Sinat Hinam. Kamtza bar Kamtza gone and tittle-tell to who? To the Greek. And they destroyed, the Roman destroyed Yerushalayim. Why? Because Jewish people tittle-tell. So come Rabbi Lev Aryeh Harif, and he say, what's happened? It's always happened. En hadash tahat hashemesh, say Shlomo HaMelech. What was, will be. Say Rabbi Aryeh Lev Harif, how much we have to be careful. Hakol kol Yaakov. The voice of the Jewish people must never help the enemies of the Jewish people. Hayadayim yedei Esav. You know when they get this power? You know when? When the Jewish people helping them. Other commentary that I hear, he said, Hakol kol Yaakov. The Jewish people mustn't think for a second or for a split of a second that they win the war. Hakol kol Yaakov. You know how did we win all the war? Eretz Israel, in the land of Eretz Israel, because people were sitting and davening and praying to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The 6-day war, when everyone said there's no chance to win, people was davening in Israel all over the world saying Tehillim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, no tanks, no airplane. Eretz Israel live in miracle. And that's what Dr. Les said in the beginning of the show. Everything is a miracle in Eretz Israel. The word miracle is only in Eretz Israel. So Hakol kol Yaakov, when the Jewish people learn Torah, when they daven, that's when our strength. Hayadayim yedei Esav. When you try to be like Esav, then you feel the hand of the enemies of the Jewish people. Let's move on to verse 33 in chapter 27. And here we see something amazing. Look what the Torah tells us, and we have to try to understand. ויחרד יצחק חרדה גדולה עד מאוד. ויאמר, מי איפה הוא? הצד ציד, ויבא לי ואוכל, מכל בטרם תבוא ואברכהו גם. ברוך יהיה, bless you will be, בכבוד.
Then Isaac trembled in very great perplexity and said, where is the one who hunted game, brought it to me, and I partook of all when you had not yet come, and I blessed him, indeed he shall remain blessed.
What's happening here? Yitzhak, number one, feared, felt like anxiety. He was frightened. ויחרד חרדה גדולה, עד מאוד. And then he said, who's that going and hunt for me food? Bless ye. What's happening here? Chazal explain, and Rashi HaKadosh say, ראה גיהנום, פתוחה מתחתיו. Yitzhak Avinu suddenly saw Gehenna opening, the door of Gehenna opening underneath his leg. What did Rashi try to tell us? What did Rashi try to tell us? Chazal explained to us in the Midrash something extraordinary. Esav, his father sent them to hunt for him 2 different kinds. Why dafka 2 kinds? Because it was Erev Pesach. because our sages kept all the Torah. So had keneged korban pesach, one sacrifice, one kind of a food against korban pesach. The second one is korban hagiga, the festival, the offering of the festival. And though that Pesach didn't been there yet, but our sages kept all the Torah. Then what happened? The Midrash say, Esav gone to hunt. So he gone to hunt. He hunt a kosher animal. Now he's going to go and get a different animal. What used to happen? He used to tie it to the tree, come the angel and open the knot, and that animal gone. All of that to delay Esav, that Yaakov can cook his food and can get the blessing, and then Esav will come. When Esav saw that he cannot manage to bring two kosher animals, because every minute the other animal run away, what is he done? He have a dog, Hazal say. He shecht his dog with the kosher animal and brought his father two different kind of food. Hazal say when he walked into the room, Avraham Avinu saw what's happening and he started fearing. He was so excited that he was frightened that if he eat from that food, he will die. Why? Because Gehenna is open. So he realized that his son Esav is a wicked person. Why? Because he brought him non-kosher food to eat. Now we understand what's happening, who tzad, who's going to hunt. And then he say, what did he say after that? He said, Baruch yeh, blessed he shall be. This that cooked the food and brought me the food, blessed he will be. Why? Because Yitzhak Avinu saw what Esav done. Esav brought him one meal kosher and one meal not kosher. Esav Rasha didn't care. He just wanted the brachot. But Yitzhak Avinu from Shamayim, they show him and the Holy Spirit that if you eat from that food, you're going where? Gehenna. And that's what it means by Yeharat Harada Gdola. And he feared. When he saw that Esav walking in with two different kind of dish, one is a dog and one is a kosher, he knew who is he dealing with. What did he say? Baruch yeh. That person that got the blessing, he should bless he will be. And then the Torah tells us something very interesting in verse 41. Look at verse 41. Let's try to understand what Esav is saying here. In verse 41, it says like this, ויסתום עשיו את יעקב על הברכה אשר ברכו אביו, ויאמר עשיו בליבו, ויקרבו ימי אבל אביו, ויהרגה את יעקב אחי.
Esav harbored hatred towards Yaakov because of the blessing with which his father had blessed him. And Esav thought, may the days of mourning for my father draw near, then I will kill my brother Yaakov.
Okay, on the pshat of the Dvarim, Hazal explained why did Esav wanted to kill Yaakov Avinu after the mourning, after Yitzhak Avinu will die. The simple reason, because Esav have a lot of kavod for his father. He have a lot of kibud av, and he said that after my father will pass away, I will kill my brother. Why? Not to harm my father, not to cause him pain and agony. That's on Pshat of the Dvarim. And Hazal tell us in the Gemara something extraordinary. That Esav sitting in Gehenna, and a person that's angry can say, and Esav asking him, did you can be angry more than me? That my brother took the brachot for me and I didn't do nothing to him immediately. I control my anger, I control my patience. How come you in this world didn't control your patience and anger? That means that Esav judging those people that have temper and anger. Okay, that's Hazal. But really, what's happening here? Why did Esav say that he will kill, listen to that, he will kill his brother Yaakov only after his father will pass away? That means while there is mourning, while they're sitting Shiva, he will kill his brother. What's the Hidush here? I saw a commentary of Al-Sheikh HaKadosh. Al-Sheikh HaKadosh, Rabbi Moshe Al-Sheikh. Rabbi Moshe Al-Sheikh born in a city of Andripoli in Turkey. He born 513 years ago. I always bring him, I'm trying to bring in every show one commentary of him. And I'll tell you why, I think I mentioned it once. And I heard it from Arav Ben Tion Mutsafi. Arav Ben Tion Mutsafi said that his father, Arav Salman Mutsafi, told him that the commentary of Al-Sheikh HaKadosh is Ehad Mishiv'im Panim LaTorah. What it means, Ehad Mishiv'im Panim LaTorah? That means that the commentary of Al-Sheikh HaKadosh is one of 70 translation of one of 70 ways to translate the Torah. And I always try to see if I have one on a parsha, I'm bringing it. So from here we can see who was Al-Sheikh HaKadosh, Rabbi Moshe Al-Sheikh. Rabbi Moshe Al-Sheikh say something extraordinary. Hazal tell us something extraordinary. Hazal in the Gemara in Masechet Sota tell us in page 21, folio 1. Hazal tell us Torah, Magna u'Matzla. What it means, Magna u'Matzla? Hazal in the Gemara say that when a person learns Torah, the Torah it's the one that guard him and saved him. Pshat of the dvarim. Come Rabbi Moshe Al-Sheikh and listen how our sages think. He said like this. He said, Esav Avinu was a great scholar. He knew that he can never harm Yaakov Avinu. Why? As long that Yaakov Avinu learning Torah, he can't harm him. Because why? Because the Torah is the one that protects him, guard him, and save him. He can't harm him. He said, you know when I can take over my brother, when I can kill my brother? When we sitting Shiva. Why when we sitting Shiva? Because Hazal tell us when a person is onen or a person that sits Shiva, they're not allowed to learn Torah. On the first 7 days lo alenu of the morning, a person not allowed to learn Torah. Say, Esav Rasha, you know when I can harm my brother, when I can kill him? When we sitting Shiva. That's when I can kill my brother. Say Rabbi Moshe Al-Sheikh, look how Esav thinking. Esav, everything with him is tied befiv. Everything with him is looking how to cause problem. And we know that what did Rivka say to him? And Yitzhak said to Yaakov Avinu, leave, go away. And then Yitzhak won't do any harm. Say Rabbi Moshe Al-Sheikh, from here you understand why Esav say, I will wait. Because now I can't harm my brother. Because the Torah that he's learning, the Torah that he's studying protect him, and that Torah can save him, and I can't harm him. And Be'ezrat Hashem, may HaKadosh Baruch Hu will protect us, will guard us in the merit of all the Jews studying Torah. Be'ezrat Hashem, that we'll see Mashiach speedily in our day. Amen. Ken Yehi Ratzon. Now I'm going to give time for Shaila. Please, those of you that want to ask question, please unmute and ask question. Bechavod. Bechavod, Rabota, any question? No question. Wow. Okay. No question today.
Thank you, Rav.
Thank you, guys. I would like to wish you shalom, to wish you a great Shabbos, a safe Shabbos. Please protect yourself. And we'll meet, please God, on Sunday. On Sunday, Be'ezrat Hashem, we're going to meet. At 8 o'clock, we're going to do again the third shiur of the book of Yeshua. Sorry, anyone wanted to ask question? Please ask.
I've got a question. when Esav comes to Yaakov, he says, tell me, ani ayef. Okay.
Yes.
When
Yes,
Amalek
yes.
attacked Am Yisrael in the desert, they say that they attacked those that were ayef. But the bracha
Yes.
we say in the morning is hanoten le'ya'ef koach.
La ya'ef koach. Yes.
Lo
Yes.
le'ayef
Yes.
koach.
Lo, la ya'ef.
So what's the
It's
difference
also
between ayef and ya'ef?
ya'ef. It's when a person go to sleep. Usually he's very tired. In a simple shot. You know, to wake up in the morning, how does a person wake up? Because Hazal tell us sleep is one of 60 of death. And if it's one of 60 of death, who given you the neshama? And that's what we say, mahzir neshamot levgarim metim. That means that the person, after he sleep, he doesn't want to get up. It's only in a miracle that he get up. You follow, Gilad? There's many others. This is one of them. Now, what does it say? Vayavo Esav v'hu ayef min hasadeh. Why he was tired? As we explain, he make 5 averot. Number 1, he have a cage fighting with Nimrod. He killed Nimrod. After he finished the cage fighting, okay, what is he done? He have a forbidden relationship with a married woman. That's not enough. He gone and stole. That's already 3 averot. Then, what is he done on that day? He gone and he argued, and he didn't believe in HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Not only that, Hazal say, kafar, לא רק בעיקר, kafar בתחיית המתים. What it mean, kafar בתחיית המתים? That he didn't believe in a resurrection of the dead. And the first thing that he done, he gone to worship idols. So how is he not going to be tired? And that's what it means. Ayef mima, from all the averot that he done on that day. You follow? I hope that answered the question. Any other question?
Well, I think why with Amalek is it also used ayef? There's a connection ayef to Amalek and ayef to Esav.
Very good question. Very good question. So who was Amalek? Gilad, who was Amalek? Amalek was the son of, the grandson
of Esav, the son of Eliphaz.
Who was the son of, who was Esav's son? Eliphaz. Eliphaz have a forbidden relationship with a married woman that they brought Amalek.
Timnah.
You understand? With Timnah, that was his mother. The Timnah, Ahod Dotan. Okay. So what does it mean? Where does it come? Where did Amalek learn all of that? From the grandfather. The apple never falls far from the tree. You understand? You follow?
But with Amalek, it doesn't say about Amalek was ayef. It says that Am Yisrael.
Yeah, but who made it? Yeah, but why? Why there was ayef? Why there was ayef? Because Amalek come to fight with us all the time. Amalek, when is he catching us? Gilad. Who did he kill? He killed those that was outside the cloud of glory. If you look at Hazal explained there, Hazal explained that was those people that the cloud of glory could not accept them. Why? Because there was idol worshiper. And which tribe there was? From the tribe of Dan. You remember Micha, that carried the statue and the cross. So Micha was among those from the tribe of Dan that was outside the cloud of glory. So who did, what his name, Amalek killed? Those that the cloud of glory didn't accept him. Because that will answer, if the cloud of glory was there to protect Bnei Israel, how come Amalek can harm the Jewish people? If they're inside the cloud of glory, Hazal explained, no. For certain people that the cloud of glory didn't accept them. Some of them was from the tribe of Dan, and some of them was from the Erev Rav. And that's who Amalek managed to kill and to harm. You follow? And Bnei Israel was have enough from him. When is he always attacked? When we're not ready. If you look until today, when is all the trouble coming? When we're not ready, all the time. The goyim, those that hate the Jewish people, because there is good goyim and there is bad goyim. Those that hate the Jewish people always try to surprise us when we're not ready. You remember what happened in Milhamet Yom Kippurim, the war of Yom Kippur, 3 nations, that means Syria, sorry, 2 nations, Syria and Egypt attacked the Jewish people when? Yom Kippur. Why? Because they say they know that we're fasting on Yom Kippur. They know that we're not going to be ready. What happened? Kadosh Baruch Hu said to him, I'll show you. My children fasting, my children doesn't eating, and they will win you. You understand?
Yeah.
And that's the miracle of us. They always try to surprise us when we're not ready. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu have a different agenda. You want to attack my children when they're fasting? They're like angels. Are you people mad? You think that you're going to win the war? And he showed them. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, a matter of fact, showed us as a Jewish people that kohi ve'otzem yadi doesn't work for the Jewish people. Kohi ve'otzem yadi, that means my strength and the strength of my hand, the airplane that I have, the tank that I have, I don't know what you want to call it. That doesn't work for the Jewish people. HaKadosh Baruch Hu taught us a lesson in Milhamet Lebanon Ashniya, the second war of Lebanon. I was in the first war in Lebanon, and I can tell you, even then, we got a good clap. But the second one, it was a disaster because we rely on our power. We didn't lift up our eyes to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. At the beginning of around, you remember when Saddam Hussein was sending the missile to Eretz Israel, 39 missiles. No one died. A person died from a hurricane. But when he sent the missile, when Saddam Hussein sent 3 missiles towards Kuwait, how many people got killed? HaKadosh Baruch Hu saw that the entire Israel was praying. The north was empty. HaKadosh Baruch Hu tried to show us that the Jewish people, they're above nature, they're above luck. We don't have luck. To win a war, they ask many years, the article by, they interview American, one of the American great, the chief of staff. And they said to him, how can you tell that Israel win war? He said, whoa. Israel is a different story. Israel is a miracle. All the war that Israel win is by miracle. This is above nature. I don't know how to explain that. That's a gentle. So we have to understand that it's come to teach us a message here. Sometime when you're tired, lift up your eyes to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. He'll help you. Why are you tired? Because you have a weakness. And if you have a weakness, that means that the protection that you have got a crack. There's a problem there because you don't keep Torah properly. But if we keep Torah properly, we are guarded 100%. Any other question? I hope I answer you, Gilad. Yes. Any other question, Rabotai? No. Okay. Again, I wish everyone Shabbat Shalom. Hope to see you on Sunday. Hope you enjoy the show. All the best.
Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you.
All the best. All the best.
Thank you.